What is a psychological critical lens? A psychological critical lens is criticism that analyzes literature from the position that text expresses the inner workings of the human mind. This lens is shown in the Metamorphosis. In the Metamorphosis, we can infer through a psychological lens that to be human means to be loved and accepted by others. Not only does a psychological lens mean how the workings of the human mind, but it also means to put yourself in the position of other human beings, the interaction between people, personality, state of mind, feelings, and desires of the author. As we can see in page 22, once Gregor is turned into a bug, it states, now his sister had to team up with his mother to do the cooking. In the beginning of the story, Gregor's mother and sister seemed to care for Gregor by always feeding him and taking care of him. They felt bad for Gregor since he turned into a bug and he couldn't really care for himself. So his family, mostly his mom and his sister, started caring for him. Towards the end of the story, it says, as her hands reached to the back of his father's head and she begged him to spare Gregor's life. While this was happening, Gregor's father was harming and throwing apples to Gregor because he wanted to kill him, because they felt that maybe that bug was not Gregor anymore. They didn't want to care for him anymore because they also got tired. They started to believe that that insect was not him anymore and that it was just a random bug. The mother was begging for the father not to kill him because she felt bad, but she actually also didn't care for him and was like, oh, I'm kind of tired. But we can kind of see through the psychological lens that towards the beginning he was being loved and was accepted by his family, even though he was turned into a bug and they didn't really know who he was. But even though he's not a human anymore, his family was still caring for him, even though towards the end his family doesn't really care for him because he's not really that human being he used to be.